Let's get right to that breaking news, the latest playing out in Iran today. It began last night our time with a joint aerial attack from the U.S. and Israel, striking targets throughout Iran. Today, President Trump says Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei was killed in the attacks. Israel says they also took out the leader of the Revolutionary Guard, Iran's defense minister, and several other high-level leaders. President Trump, who has called for regime change in Iran, is now calling on the Iranian people to take control of their country and says bombings will continue throughout the week.
Reaction to the attacks have been mixed, both in Iran and here in the U.S. Southern California is home to the largest Iranian population outside of Iran. In Tehran, cheering could be heard after news that the Ayatollah had been killed, but Iran has launched a series of missile attacks on Israel and other U.S. allies in the region. In the U.S., while many are cheering today's actions, there are protests now breaking out against them. And members of both parties of the U.S. government are calling these attacks unconstitutional because they did not have congressional approval.
There is a lot to get to. For more on today's attacks and the assassination of Iran's supreme leader, we head to Eyewitness News reporter Tim Pulliam, who's live in our newsroom, breaking it all down for us. Tim?
Liz Jury, these massive strikes on Iran had been in the works for months, according to officials in Israel. Right now, President Trump is encouraging Iranians to take over their government after those devastating bombs. Now, this joint mission between the U.S. and Israel has killed at least 200 people and hundreds have been injured. Iranian leaders claim a school for girls was targeted, killing dozens of students. The country has launched counterattacks.
Damaging flames and fallout overseas as the U.S. and Israel wage a new war in Iran. Missiles launched overnight in a strategic move to cripple the country's nuclear program and overturn Iran's government. One of the targets was the compound of Iran's supreme leader. President Trump says he was killed.
They've rejected every opportunity to renounce their nuclear ambitions, and we can't take it anymore.
The president warning the country's military and police not to retaliate. But Iran defiant, launching a wave of combat strikes on U.S. and Israel facilities across the Middle East, including a U.S. military base in Bahrain.
The aim is to put an end to the threat of Iran regime.
World leaders are reacting. The Prime Minister of Canada supporting the U.S. and Israel, calling Iran the principal source of instability and terror throughout the Middle East. But the president of France believes the conflict is dangerous for all.
Most Republicans have praised President Trump's decision to strike Iran, but some Democrats are condemning his action. They say he should have gotten congressional approval beforehand. Some Democratic leaders are suggesting Congress should return to session immediately so they can attempt to limit the president's involvement in foreign conflict. Live in the newsroom, Tim Pulliam, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.